The story of Lord Jagannath is unlike any other. It is not just a tale of gods and temples, but one of mystery, transformation, and deep devotion that spans across generations. It begins not with the rise of a new deity, but with the end of an era, the departure of Krishna from this world. After the Mahabharata war had ended and the Yadav clan had fallen into ruin, Lord Krishna withdrew from the world. At the forest, he sat in meditation, preparing to leave his mortal form. It was there that he was struck by a hunter's arrow. The hunter named Jara, who mistook Krishna's foot for a deer. But Jara was no ordinary man. In another life, he had been Vali, the monkey king who was slain by Ram. The cycle of karma was now complete. When Krishna's mortal body was discovered, Arjun, his dear companion, tried to perform the final rites. But as the funeral pyre burned, one part of Krishna's body did not turn to ashes. His heart. It remained whole, unburnt and pulsing with divine energy. A divine voice filled the air. It instructed Arjun to wrap Krishna's heart in cloth, tie it to a wooden log, and cast it into the ocean. The heart, preserved by divine will, drifted for centuries. From the western shores of Dwarka, it floated across the Indian Ocean and eventually reached the eastern coast, near the forests of Odisha. In those forests lived a tribal man named Biswa Basu. He was none other than the rebirth of the hunter Jara, now transformed and full of devotion. One day, while walking deep in the woods, Biswa Basu discovered a glowing blue stone, Krishna's heart, now solidified into a divine form. He began worshipping it as Neel Madhav, the Blue Lord. This form of worship was simple, heartfelt, and hidden from the world. But the energy of Neel Madhav was too great to remain secret for long. News of the mysterious deity reached the king, named Indradyumna, a devout ruler eager to find and serve the true form of Vishnu. King Indradyumna sent his royal priest, Vidyapati, to seek out the deity. If you're enjoying this story and want to explore more such timeless wisdom from our scriptures, don't forget to subscribe to Pause with Dharma. Vidyapati traveled deep into the tribal regions. He met Biswa Basu, but was denied access to the deity. Time passed, and Vidyapati married Biswa Basu's daughter, either by fate or strategy. Eventually, the priest asked again to see Neel Madhav. This time, Biswa Basu agreed, but on one condition: Vidyapati had to be blindfolded. The priest cleverly dropped mustard seeds along the path. Days later, when those seeds bloomed into tiny yellow flowers, Vidyapati retraced his steps back to the hidden cave, where the idol of Neel Madhav stood. When he returned to the king with the story, King Indradyumna set out at once to find the deity. But when he reached the cave, the idol was gone, vanished. Disheartened, the king vowed to fast until death. He lay down on a bed of kusa grass and prepared to give up his life. That night, Lord Vishnu appeared in his dream. The message was clear. You will find a sacred log on the seashore, marked with the symbols of the conch, chakra, mace, and lotus. From that wood, create my form. The next morning, a divine log washed up on the shore. But no one could move it. Not the king's soldiers, not even elephants. Once again, the voice came. Only with the help of my tribal devotees will the log move. When Biswa Basu and his community joined in, the log was lifted with ease and brought to the temple grounds. This moment marked the union of tribal devotion royal power, and priestly guidance, a divine confluence that continues in the Jagannath temple rituals to this day. Now came the task of carving the idols. The finest sculptors in the land were brought in, but every attempt failed. Their tools broke as soon as they touched the wood. Finally, an old stranger appeared. He said he would carve the images, but no one must disturb him for 21 days. He locked himself in a chamber with the lock. Days passed in silence. On the 15th day, the queen, unable to bear the suspense, ordered the door to be opened. And they saw the old sculptor was gone. In his place stood 3 incomplete idols and a 4th abstract form. The divine voice returned. These are my true forms. They are not to be seen with the eyes of form and flaw. They are to be felt with devotion. Thus were born the idols of Jagannath, Balbhadra, Subhadra, and the Sudarshan Chakra. Jagannath, the Lord of the universe, with his wide, lidless eyes and stunted limbs, symbolized that the divine is beyond form and yet present in every form. The temple was established at Neelachal, what we now know as Puri. But Jagannath is not a god who remains hidden in sanctums. Once every year, he comes out to meet his people. This journey is known as the Rath Yatra. On the 2nd day of the bright fortnight of the month of Ashara, June-July, 3 massive chariots are constructed. Jagannath, Balbhadra and Subhadra are placed on these chariots and pulled through the streets of Puri by thousands of devotees. This procession takes the deities to the Gundicha temple, which represents their maternal home. They stay there for 9 days. Why is this festival so important? Because it reverses the usual flow of devotion. Normally, devotees go to the temple. But during Rath Yatra, the Lord comes out to visit the devotees. It is a celebration of inclusion, of God's love for all, for the rich and the poor, the insider and the outsider. It is said that during Rath Yatra, even a touch of the rope pulling the chariot can cleanse lifetimes of karma. Because in that moment, you are not just walking with God, you are carrying Him, and He is allowing it. This is why Rath Yatra is more than just a festival. It is a living tradition that reflects the soul of Jagannath, ever watchful, ever merciful, and ever present. From a divine heart that would not burn, to a blue stone in a tribal cave, to an unfinished idol in a coastal temple, Jagannath Mahaprabhu stands today as a testament to the unity of all paths, tribal, royal, and spiritual. This is not merely mythology. It is living history, sacred geography, and an eternal reminder that God chooses to appear, not just in palaces or scriptures, but in hearts that truly seek. Jai Jagannath. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.